Good morning, Minnesota. Today is Tuesday, July 15th, and this is your daily forecast. Okay, so literally right before I started recording this segment, these flood watches just popped up around the point of Lake Superior. So, for context, we did get a solid amount of rain in northern Minnesota overnight. That's actually why we have a flood advisory for the next hour-ish. It'll probably actually be expired by the time you see this. Up in the northern area here, if I jump over to this radar, you can actually see that there is a solid chunk of storms going kind of north, but mostly east. Um, the storms throughout the day are supposedly supposed to stay around the international border area, but as you can see, if you pop down to this, that's not what I wanted to talk about yet. If you pop down to the radars around here or the Duluth radar, you can see that like it is starting to kind of have some stuff pop up around here. This little guy, hey, what are you doing? Um, but yeah, we are starting to get some stuff in central, a little bit of western Minnesota. The Twin Cities are still under a heat advisory. I don't think still is actually the accurate word for that. I think it was not active by the time I posted yesterday, but we do have a heat advisory. That buildup and release, the humidity is going to stay pretty high until the rest of the elements start to take place. The other ingredients start to get their way in there, and we get thunderstorms, which will relieve that humidity and make it a bit cooler in the coming days. We do have a cold front apparently coming through South Dakota into Nebraska is what's going on that is kind of influencing that. Um, northern Minnesota, we still have that air quality alert. You guys are getting another band of the Canadian wildfire smoke today, so there's that. Mask up if you're going outside, etc. I actually am currently really curious about this storm going into Duluth and over Lake Superior. Um, if you're planning on going out on Lake Superior today, maybe wait out these storms a little bit, especially if you have a small craft, because there is a small craft advisory for the rest of the day, expiring tomorrow on the shores of Lake Superior because of these storms. We are supposed to get our storms down in the cities closer to the evening. So this red area is where we're going to have the highest likelihood of, hey, what's that? That is literally just being issued as I talk. Okay, a special marine warning. As I am recording this, they are putting one out for that little tip here in Lake Superior. So Duluth is the one that's actively probably just finished getting their swamping for a moment by the time I upload this. But as the outlooks do say, we are going to get more thunderstorms throughout the day. Um, it's definitely not over for y'all. Um, and that does bring up an important possibility for later today. Today we actually have a slight risk of severe weather in the central slash western, southwestern area of Minnesota. This band here that's kind of just north of the cities, including Duluth. That's why we're getting kind of crazy stuff going on in Lake Superior right now, is included in that slight risk band. The interesting thing about that is that means we do have a 2% tornado risk for this chunk right here. Duluth, Moose Lake, just north of the city is this general area. I can't think of a city that's in this area without having one named. Let's quick. Yeah, it's not actually giving me good options for an anchor city for you guys, unfortunately. But keep your weather radios on, keep your phones charged, pre-charge your devices in case you need to take shelter or your power gets knocked out, etc. There's a chance I will have a chaser on the ground. I probably will not be streaming, but I will probably have some footage at least. if not of here, of this South Dakota, Nebraska area. I wouldn't be surprised if my chaser goes out there, because of it being an enhanced risk there. So there is that. Gonna be pretty windy, pretty big chance of, or pretty solid chance of there being hail with those storms tonight. Um, and this is mostly because of the cold front that is moving down into South Dakota and Nebraska right now. That's why that is the majority of the action here in Nebraska with this enhanced risk. Although we are getting our chunk of it too, and it could result in more than just wetness, but in the cities at least, we are probably just going to get quite wet and have very good sleeping weather tonight with the thunderstorms. All right, with that, that is our daily forecast for the day. Daily severe weather forecast, I guess. Um, I'm working on trying to figure out how to accurately talk about temperatures. Um, just because I haven't figured out like the right page to set up a scene on my like OBS system yet. But once I figure that out, I can more accurately call myself more than just a severe weather forecaster with this, I guess. But yeah, Twin Cities, stay hydrated while we're writing out this severe heat advisory. Um, stay safe, stay aware. May or may not be live tomorrow. We have talked about there potentially being severe weather tomorrow, but I will talk about that more in tomorrow's morning forecast. Have a great day. See y'all.